They've had 5 straight wins, and they've won 27 in their last 33 games. And going into last night to have a 2.63 ERA as a pitching staff compared to last year's, which was a 4.87 at this point of the year. 4.87 by this point of May, prepping, pre-Memorial Day weekend. And going into last night, a 2.63 for the starting rotation, excuse me.
So,
and a big part of that is obviously Ranger.
So their 2.63 staff ERA would come in at 16th in baseball.
Wild.
In terms of individuals.
Wild.
Their team rotation ERA would be the 16th best individual ERA in baseball. That is fucking crazy.
It's insane. These are wild numbers. These are wild numbers.
2.63 as a staff. I mean, you're talking about 6 pitchers too. The odds of being in a sub-3 ERA out of 6 pitchers is hard to fathom.
Mm-hmm.
16th in baseball as a staff.
Man.
I kind of just broke my own brain with that one. I mean, if it's not for Rangers, 1.37 now?
1.36.
1.36 now. I mean, he really sinks that down. Turnbull did an amazing job keeping that number low. Zack Wheeler is phenomenal. Aaron Nola's getting better now as the weeks pass on. And then Taijuan Walker's got a shot at the Texas Rangers today. So, I mean, it's just a remarkable rotation when you look at those numbers.
It is a lot of fun to watch when you look at the rotation. So let's start with Ranger Suarez, the most exciting part of all the things that's happening right now with the Phillies, pitching wise, because Ranger's at a point now where he continues to be composed. He continues to, every time he's asked post game about his success, he's like, I'm just doing my job. I'm just doing what I can to help my team win. And Ranger, you are absolutely helping the Phillies win. To now have a 9-0 start, a 1.36 ERA, second lowest ERA across baseball, absolutely a Cy Young candidate. And across 7 innings, yet again, another game, the Phillies starting pitcher was able to go 7 innings. What is that? 4 games in a row now, 17 games on the season. And in that stretch, to be able to solidify himself in history amongst some incredible names when you look over the years. So the only other AL or NL pitchers to go a sub 1.50 ERA through 10 starts. So he's the first pitcher to do this with a sub 1.50 ERA through 10 starts since Hall of Famer Juan Marichal in 1966.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Only other AL or NL pitchers to do so since earned runs became official back in 1912, because let's remember, there was a time it wasn't. Hall of Famer Walter Johnson and Cy Falkenberg, both in 1913. The amazing thing about Ranger is a lot of his historic numbers have to be traced back over a century for when we last saw this happen. That is remarkable to see that in 10 starts, you're 9-0, and you're making history that we haven't seen in forever. Of course, in terms of the franchise itself, the third lowest ERA through 10 starts because he's chasing the record set up by Grover Cleveland Alexander, another Hall of Famer, who had through 10 outings a 1.24 ERA in 1916 and a 1.31 ERA in 1915. So Ranger Suarez is chasing some history for the Phillies organization, but also for Major League Baseball. And the numbers that he's had are incredible. He did get a no decision in the first game that he pitched against the Braves. That is the only blemish, weird part of I guess you can say, his start. But a no decision on the first game, and ever since then, he's been 9-0, 9 straight wins, and you now are in the conversation of having the lowest ERA in the last 58 years. Yes. To wear a Phillies jersey.
Somebody needs to hit Shota Imanaga and justify Ranger Suarez as the undeniable best pitcher in baseball right now. It is just ridiculous. I mean, 5 strikeouts last night in the first 6 batters. He's going to throw 5 or 6 different pitches at you in any count, in any situation. And I saw MLB Network was talking about it this morning. It's like batters are just not comfortable in the box versus him. Because he'll throw anything anywhere, and he's always around the strike zone. It's rare you see him miss bad. This guy is just locked the hell in, and everything has a chance of being a strike. And hitters are just on their toes. They're uncomfortable. He's got strikeout stuff. He's got command. He knows how to pitch. He knows how to field. Like, this guy is beyond my wildest expectations, and I've been a big Ranger fan from the jump. I thought this guy had shown you know, big cojones on the mound. You know, Tyler and I in our previous lives of our careers used to talk about Ranger all the time. And like, this guy's got a chance. He kind of throws like a sneaky 94, 95. I remember when he was first coming up, and like, I like the guy. I didn't think this was in the cards.
I know.
To get this out of your number 3 starter is just insane. Like, teams would kill to have that anywhere on the rotation right now, let alone in the 3 spot. It's an embarrassment of riches. It's really cool. I like it.
It's fun to watch now because
it's good to be a Phillies fan right now.
It is. And to see him get, for the second time in his career, 10 Ks last night, as you mentioned, through the first 6, he already had locked in 5. Ranger Suarez is playing on a different level right now, and the numbers that he's posting are remarkable. And the best part about it is we had a feeling this would happen when he started mentioning he wants to be able to pitch over 200 innings. He's feeling good. He was healthy to start off the season, which is something that was a major change when you look at recent years. And for Ranger Suarez to be able to consistently now bring this high level, obviously Bryce Harper's been praising about how much this team wants to keep winning for him. They want to get that 10th win, 11th win for Ranger to keep this streak going. Rob has been, you know, mind-boggled about it. And even the Rangers had talked about how they've spent time having meetings about how they can attack Ranger Suarez. And regardless, they had no answers. There was no way to, you know, be able to get even hits on Ranger. He's unhittable at times.